Welcome, Tom No from FifthRound.com, coming to you from the Rain Training Center in Lake Forest, California. Fortunate enough to be standing alongside UFC welterweight Jake Ellenberger. Jake, thanks so much for your time. We're here celebrating the 1-year anniversary of Rain. You've spent quite a bit of your time here perfecting your craft. Can you tell us what Mark has meant to you in your development here?
Oh yeah, Mark's he's a great person, as everyone probably knows. But no, for me personally, he's a good coach, good friend of mine. First of all, good friend of mine, a great coach. He's helped me out a lot in a lot of different aspects. It's just awesome to be training with him. Like he's a contender in the middleweight division. As you can see, how he's doing very well. But I look up to him, man. He's like a brother to me, and he's just a good person all around and training partner.
Right. You're coming off an impressive, win. It was slightly controversial. It was a split decision for some reason. Were you surprised when that first score was rendered? Did you think that, there were so many dubious decisions last year that maybe it was your turn to take one?
Well, you know what? That's funny you say that. But yeah, I didn't realize what the first score. I heard his name. I didn't realize what the scorecard actually said. But then they gave me the last 2 rounds, which I agreed with. I knew I lost the first round. That was no secret. Everybody knew I lost first. So I was like, all right, I got to put this. I got to pull it together and come out strong. I knew he wasn't that experienced going in later into fights. So it was good for me to. That was one of those fights. It was just good to get through and win. He's dangerous. He's he's still relatively unknown, but always dangerous. So yeah, for me, just getting through that, winning and moving on. For me, that was the big point.
You're a big favorite going into that, so you think it was actually better for your development, where he was able to take it to you in the first round. You were able to recoup, show your mettle, and come back in the second round to win, or second and third to win those last 2. You think it was better for your career for that to come out that way instead of just steamrolling them straight from the get?
Yeah, I think in the long run it is, because I need to get in there and lose a round, or just get in there and be experienced, because I'm experienced with fights, but at this level, not so much at the highest level as it is here. But it was good for me to test myself. I really think that you can tell someone's character later in the fights after they go through adversity. You know what I mean? So for me, it was a good test for me. I think that'll in the longer run will help me out later in the future.
All right. You bumped your record to 24-5 now. 19 wins via finish. Where do you think that stacks you in the welterweight totem pole right now in the UFC? It's a very deep division.
Yeah, it is. I have no idea. I'm just excited to get back in there. There's so many guys. I'm hoping it'll be a top 10 opponent. But like you said, there's so many good guys, and for me, it's just being consistent. Consistently winning and staying on top. But I have no idea who I'm going to fight yet, and it's up to the UFC. Whether I'm in line or not. So.
Have they approached you about anyone yet?
Not yet. I should know soon, because I've been talking to my manager, so I should know pretty soon.
Pretty soon, as in possibly what happens at UFC 129 on April 30th?
Hopefully, I don't know. I have no say in that, but yeah, that would be nice.
Well, UFC 129 going down April 30th. UFC welterweight champ George St-Pierre will defend his title against Jake Shields, who you have actually brought up quite a bit. Can you kind of give us a background on what your beef may be, or why you chose to go after Shields so much lately?
Yeah, I just don't like him. I mean, no secret. No, he's a phenomenal grappler. I'm not taking nothing away from him. I want to fight him. He's had a lot of wins. He's put a lot of wins together, and for me, I just want to. It's just the guy I'd like to fight. And after George St-Pierre, yawns and walks by him, then we'll see who they give him next.
You think it'll be a pretty easy finish for GSP?
I don't think it's going to be a tough fight for GSP at all. I mean, stylistically, if you look at the matchup, see the guys he's beat in the past, and I mean, I don't see Jake doing very well.
All right. Well, that's Jake Ellenberger. Thanks so much for your time. We certainly appreciate it. We'll be right back. 5th round. Tom No. Thanks.